All right, so you have your book handy in front of you for now. Let's roll those shoulders up, back and down. Let's give them a big squeeze as we come up, and then exhale, relax them back and down. Squeeze them up, exhale, back and down. A couple more times, squeeze up, back and down. We're just gonna start with a little prance here. Tap that toe. Tap the toe on the book. Opposite arm. Then turn those arms into sort of a running arm. Then turn this tap into a step up, same leg, step up. Keep it going. Good, now I want you to tap down, switch legs. Keep it going. Guess I was right the first time. Tap it down. This time, I want you to do a little up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. So a little jog up, easy down. Tap down, other leg, up, 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 up quickly, easy down, up quickly. You don't like that? You can just go back to that up, down, down. My book is very small. I have to look down and see if I'm landing on it. 2 more. Good. Tap it down. Back to that first leg leading. 3, 2, 1. Tap down, other leg, 4. Tap down 2 times, come up. 2 times other leg. Ready for singles, 1 leg, other leg. Good. All right, now choose 1 leg. Turn a little bit diagonal. Come up and down. Add a knee lift. Add a hamstring curl. Add an extension. Knee. Hamstring. Extend. Hamstring. Extend. Knee. Hamstring. Extend 1 more time. Knee. Hamstring. Extend. Come on down, other side, tap it up. Knee. Hamstring. Extend. Knee. Hamstring. Extend. One more time. Knee. Hamstring. Extend. Good. Come over. Stand sideways to your book. Remember that little up, up, down, down we did with a little bit of vigor? We're going to do that up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. Up, up. But you're coming from the side this time. Again, if you don't like that, just go up, up, and down, down. Good. All right, we're switching it over. Okay. Might be dangerous on this other side for me. Here we go. Up, up, down, down. Up, up, down, down. Up, up. Up, up. Up, up. Good little lift, lift. Good. 2 more. Beautiful. Step touch. Shoulders. Little arm swings. Big arm swings. Separate arms. Good. Keep that going for me. Please. Now you have two tabs. And relax down. Let's go to a wide stance here, shoulders out of your ears. In those knees, drop that right shoulder and look up over your left. And then opposite side. Good, back to the first side. And second. Roll those tailbones under and stick them out. Roll it and extend. One more time, roll it out and extend it. Put your book so you can put your feet on that. And then you're gonna walk out. Wide stance with your hands, narrow stance with your feet. Shift your weight forward. Give me just 4 push-ups. All right, now I want you to lower halfway. You're holding here. And press up. Woo. Walk your hands narrow. So tricep push-up, bring those hips underneath you. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Good, 2 more. And then we're gonna lower halfway. You won't hold as long this time. And press it up. Feet go wide. Woo. Walk it back. Nod your head yes and shake it no. In those knees, hands on your thighs. Extend that spine. Shoulders out of your ears. Take deep breath in. Beautiful. All right. So you may or may not need your chair for this first one. We're going to work that clock. I know everyone loves that. Hopefully your heart rate's up a little bit. Right foot up on the block box, book, whatever. Left toes are in front, off the ground. We're going to bend that right knee. Left toe slide forward, come up and down. I must have said something that sounded like ALEXA. Anything you want with your arms. Good. Come on up. Aim your foot to 1 o'clock on a clock. Out to the 1, up, down, and then up. In the right knee deeply, lift lower left leg. Bring it up. Move that foot out to 2. Notice my foot's in a little bit of turnout here. When you sit down in that right hip, try not to let it creep out to the right. I think I was at 1:30. All right, come on up. We're going straight out at 3 o'clock. You can have your foot in turnout. You can have it parallel. For a little extra booty work, you can actually turn it in. So you decide 3 o'clock, out, lift, lower, and up. Out, lift, lower, and up. Not too much weight on that hand if it is in the chair, because then otherwise you'll start leaning. Good, 1 more here. I hope that right side is feeling this. All right, now we're going back to your 4 o'clock. Actually, I guess for you guys, it's 8 o'clock, right? So out on that angle, lift lower. When you lift that back leg, make sure it's nice and straight. You can do what you want with your arms. If you press your hands together, you'll get an idea how your balance is doing. You find your hands wobble-dobbling. 2 more. Good. Next number, 7 or 5. Here we go. Again, make sure that back leg is straight as you lift lower, right? So you flex through that quad to get that work. How's that right side doing? Ow. Good, all right. We're not curtsying today, that's the good news, but we do have 6 o'clock left. So leg goes back, lift, lower, and come up. Back, lift, lower, and up. I just added goofy arms. I don't think that's a ballet move. Actually it is, just not with that leg. Ooh. How's that right glute doing? Mine's crying, literally weeping, I think. Last time, bring that up. Let's give that right glute some relief. So cross that right ankle over the left thigh. Sit up, tailbone is up, but I want you to rock over towards that right hip with the hip. Or rock the hip to the right. And then come on up, shake it out. All right, let's even things up. Yippee, other leg. Okay, so step up on that hook with your left foot. Get a nice solid stance. Remember, you don't want to sit into that hip too much. Left toes come forward, slide forward, lift, lower, and up. Slide, lift, lower, and up. So, I don't know, arms on one side, arms on the other, no arms. You decide what you want to do. It's most important that you're just sitting into that left leg. Good, come on up. We're heading for 1 o'clock. So out, up, down, and back. Out, up, down. Good job. If you hold it for just a split second when you come up, last one at 1 or 11. Now we go to that next number, 10 or 2. Out, up, down. Good, all the way up, 3 o'clock. Again, foot can be parallel, turned out, or turned in. You decide. Lift lower when you come out. Doing your best not to let that booty shift left. So the last 2. Hopefully that left leg is feeling it by now. Now we go to that 4 or 8. Make sure when you lift that leg, you're giving it a good squeeze in the glute, and you're making sure that that leg is as straight as possible by engaging the quads. And now let's move to that next number, 5 or 7. Good. Last one here. And now finally we go to that 6 o'clock. I did this goofy thing last time, so I'm gonna do it this time. And come on up. Let's cross that left ankle over your right thigh. Sit your booty out, put a little side to side, and then booty left. Woo! Hi. All right. Let's do a little bit of calf work. So you probably do want your chair for this. You're gonna come up on that gopher block with your left Follow the foot, right? Heel is raised. Other leg is off, hanging in space. First, we're going to drop that left heel below the book and then come to the book level. Below and up, below, even, below, even, below, even, one more below, even. And then we go all the way up, come back to even with the book. Above the book, even with the book, above, even, above, even. One more time, above, even. Now we go all the way down through the middle, all the way up. All the way down through the middle and up. All the way down, middle up. So this left calf should be really feeling this love. Come all the way up to the top, press a 1/4 inch higher, use your fingers to push yourself even higher. Hold here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Take that same leg, step back, lunge step, bring your beauty with you, and then bend that back knee. And then keep your right foot where it is, and put the left toes back up on the book, and put your hips underneath you. And that should deepen that left calf stretch. And then we'll step off and step on with the right ball of the foot. Left foot is hanging in there. We drop the right heel and come even. Drop and come even. Drop and come even. Drop to even. Good. And now we're going to come all the way above the book and then to book level. All the way up and then level. And up and level. Up, level. And then we're going to go below the book, to the book, above the book. Below, even, up. Below, even, up. Below, even, and up. Try not to press into the chair back too much. Good, last two. Last one, all the way up on those tippy toes, push into the chair to grow taller. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Right foot steps back, lunge into it for that deeper stretch. Bend the knee, and leave the left foot where it is, put the right toes up on the book, and tuck your hips underneath. Good. All right. So we're going to bring that book into our left hand now. And we're going to bring our feet out in that V. We're going to go into a deep plie, deep as it's working for you. If you wanted to, we did this last week, you could have your chair behind you so that you know how far above your chair you are or are not. Oops, sorry, I'm crooked here. Let me just straighten this out. All right. Okay. So here we go, deep plie, right? Book is in that left hand, just up and down, shoulder work for now. If that's okay with your body, when you're ready, come up. If you want to add on a little more calf work, raise up on your toes as you straighten up. Let's add that left arm coming up, even though I know it doesn't have a book in it. 2 more. Good. Book in the opposite hand. Starting your plie. Start with the arm lifting and lowering. When you're ready, lift with that. You want to come up on those toes, that's fine. You don't have to. You may feel it more in your glutes if you keep your heels down. You might feel it more in your quads if you raise up. Add the opposite arm. Couple more here. Nice. All right, book goes back in your left hand. And you'll need your chair. Actually, you probably want to hold it sort of like a school book, like that. All right. Sorry, take me a moment. Right leg is forward. Right leg is fairly straight. And we're just going to start with that jumping bird exercise, right? When you're ready, bring that arm out to the side as you lift that leg. So you should feel your right hamstring and your left rear deltoid posture muscle. Couple more. Very nice. Lean it over. Open that arm. We're going to pull, straighten the leg, and lift with the elbow. Whew, bring that up. Let's switch sides, please. So again, carry your book like a school person. They don't have to carry their books these days. Left leg is forward. Book is in your right hand. You're just going to start getting that dunking bird motion, right? So standing leg, your left leg is fairly straight. When you're ready, add that deltoid, rear deltoid raise. Almost there. Stay down. Now we're going to lift the elbow and straighten the leg at the same time. And relax. All right. Some dips from your chair are next. If you want just a little entertainment, put your book between your knees. I don't know if mine will stay. It depends on how slippery your tights are or your book. Hands are by your sides. Palms are facing each other, so they're at the edges of the chair. Notice if those shoulders roll forward. Let's lift them up, back and down. And then as always with dips, remember you don't want to go out on an angle. You want to keep your booty back as you bend and straighten those arms. Legs farther away will add a little challenge, but don't let the hips move away if you do that. Hold it halfway down. Just hold here, squeeze that book if you have it, and press up. Good. Just sit back for a second. You can put your book down for a moment. Put your heels on that book for now. Lower your toes and lift your toes. All right, while you're doing that, we're going to stretch the triceps. You're just working your anterior tibialis. Some of you hike, and this is a hiking muscle, the downhill hiking muscle. Bring that arm to center, and then the opposite side. And then let's switch it up. And center, and opposite shoulder. Good. Shoulders up, back, and down. Subtle, but maybe you're starting to feel this a little bit. So we're going to give that muscle a little bit of a stretch here, which is really simple to do. Just take your left toes, put them down on the ground. So toes are like that. And that you should feel that in the front. We'll do a different one in just a second. And then other toes, same thing. And then you can also get this by crossing the leg in front and then bending and pushing, using my right leg to push forward on the back of my left shin, back of the calf. It's complex to do on mine, sorry. Other leg, toes are tucked under, not tucked that way, but toenails down. Good. Beautiful. Shake that out. All right, let's bring that book back between our legs, right? We're just holding here, feet are in parallel, shoulders up, back, and down. Bend those knees, let them come forward, slide down and up. Imaginary wall. Well, actually, your booty is going back a little bit so that we don't press those knees too far forward. You're welcome to do a little balance test with those heels up and then come up. So while we're working our quads here, we're also working our adductors, those inner thigh muscles, since they're holding that book. Do this as symmetrically as you feel as you can. Just a few more here. Nice. Let's move that book out of the way. All right, we're going to move that book into your left hand. Bring that arm in front of you, so not touching you, in front of you. And we're going to extend that same leg, right? We're going to bend and straighten the right leg. And we're going to bend and straighten the left arm. So bicep curl here. Arm again is away from the body. Now, we did these off the block, off the book, so we're not going to do a bunch of these. We're mostly doing this just for distraction and entertainment while you're also doing your biceps. Again, if they're away from your body, you should feel that a little bit more. Just two more. And back through center. Let's move that book to your right hand. Weight on your left leg, right toes in front, bend that left knee. So again, keep that bicep curl away from your body so you really get a little more action going. And again, think about the straightening, not as much as the bending. So straighten it, not necessarily curling it way up here. Just a few more here. Very nice. Relax that, shake that out. Put that book in that chair for now. And you're going to sit on top of that book and put yourself on that chair again. You're going to do those tricep dips again. Shoulders up out of your ears. Few more here. Two more. And then we hold halfway down. Hold for 4, 3, 2, press up and sit back up on that book. Shoulders up out of your ears. Bring that on behind you, up and over. Rotate, little twist, opposite leg. Beautiful. All right. We are going to still use our book. Keep your chair handy, please. We're heading down to the ground. We're actually going to start with a side bend. So book is close to your chair, right, for an option. For now, let's just put the bottom leg on the book. Bottom foot, sorry. Shoulder, push back, lift up out of it, engage those lats. And that top leg, if you want, can be just on top of the bottom, right? If you want some more options, slide your book under your chair. And then again, we're going to come up in that side plank. Only this time, you're going to bring your top leg up and lift, press down on the chair to lift the hips higher. And then finally, your last challenge would be to lift your bottom leg. You can lift and tap, or you can lift and hold. And gently come down. Woo. All right, we'll do that on the other side. So if you didn't use your chair, then you don't need to move it. Actually, you guys can just face away if you want. First one, you don't need to have a book under the chair, but you can have it there to prepare for the next one. Again, shoulder pushes back, lots of space between the ear and shoulder. Lift, engage those lats, and then come on up. That's option one. Option two is to put that top leg in the chair and make that elevate your hips a little bit. And then you can lift that bottom leg, you can lift and tap, or you can lift and hold. And gently come down. All right. And then we're lying down. Bring your book with you, please. All right. Book is in your right hand, palm to the sky, and then lift it up off the ground. So you feel your bicep a little bit already. So if you bring the book in too far, you're going to have it knock you in the head. So that's why we're just going to do that little extension. We're going to lift it a little higher each time. We're going to come back down. We're going to press it up again. So I'm bending and straightening, palm to the sky, sort of like a single leg serve or single arm serve the platter. Adding on, we're going to lift those hips just an inch, and we're going to press the hips up as we straighten out the book. Straighten out the book. 3, 2, and 1. Arm just off to the side, passive stretch. I hope you felt those. That was not a lot of weight, but a lot of repetition. Same thing, book goes in your left hand, and then you want to raise that arm up above your hip, straighten that arm, and then start a small bend and straighten. Again, palm to the sky, pressing up, up, up. As you extend, going down, down, down. As you extend, up, 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 and down, down, down. When you're ready, add that hip lift, and then press. Good, and relax. Again, passive bicep stretch, arm just reaches to the sky, palm up. Okay, and now we're going to spin over. We're going to bend both knees. We're going to put that book on top of that top leg. Stack your hips, and then push the book down with the palm of your hand. Feet are in turnout, right? So little Pilates V, heels together, toes apart, press open, and then from there, a little more. So it's our clam exercise. Keep that waistline lifted, engage those abs, obliques. Keep pressing against that book. Good, hold that there. Straighten out that leg, rotate the book a little bit behind it, turn your toes down, and we'll finish off by straightening that leg, lifting and lowering. We'll finish this exercise off. And relax, bend those knees, give that hip a little love, and then we're pivoting over to the other side. We're going to do that same thing. We're going to stack the hips. We're going to bend the knees. Your arm rests right underneath your ear. Your heels are together, toes are apart. The waistline lifts. Press that book down against that leg, and we lift. So you go all the way open and then farther open. So it's a kind of a little pulse here. Beautiful. Straighten out that leg, roll the book to the back, toe down, keep that waistline lifted, try not to roll forward, but stay stacked. And relax. Again, give that hip a little love if that would feel good. Then you're gonna lie down and put that book underneath your head, please. And then we're just going to bring our fingertips under the edges of the book. Elbows are nice and wide. Head nods yes. So you want that book to be up towards the top of your skull, not way down at your shoulders, but you can support your neck a little bit with it. Let's lift and lower those ribs a couple times and see if you can do that without tucking the hips under, right? So ribs down, hips stay neutral, ribs up and down, hips stay neutral. 2 more, ribs down. Now, press your elbows against the ground to feel a stretch across your chest. See if your ribs popped up, pull the ribs back down. So stretching the chest, widening the elbows, pulling the ribs in. You should already feel some ab work going on. Deep breath in. On the exhale, lift the ribs up towards your hips. Hold at the top. Keep those elbows wide. Can you actually touch the ground with the elbows, but no weight? And exhale down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift. Tap the floor with your elbows. Come back and then down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift. Open the elbows. Tap. Come up and down. Keep that going for me, please. Good, last time, let's hold this up in the air. Hold, grab your book, extend it over your head. Feel how that increases the tension. Slide your palms underneath the book. So now your biceps are a little engaged. Back of the neck is long, head nods yes. Reach through those fingertips, drop your arms even farther overhead. You should feel quite a bit of challenge in those abs, holding here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, hug that in. Bring that foot behind your knees. Use that weight to hug those knees in. Take a little rock side to side. Maybe move the knees away just a wee bit. Good. All right. Now you can actually put that book across your chest and your fingers are on it. Deep breath in. Exhale. Pull those ribs to the hips. So a lot of times you see in classes, a weight across your chest, but you might notice that's a little different than that lever over your head, right? So just a little quickie illustration here. Last 2, last 1. All right, let's give that neck a break, but we're gonna bring that book between our knees again. And again, you may have to play with where this will stay in place. Legs in tabletop, abs drawn in, ribs closed down towards the hips. Back of the neck is long. Toe touch exercise with that weight. Now, if you move your weight farther away, like if you put it between your feet if you could, or between your ankles or your shins, depending on what's going on in your book, then you'll get more resistance. A few more here. Good, last 2. And last 1. Again, we're gonna put that book this time on front of the shins and just give that a little hug in. Bring your forehead up towards your knees. And you're gonna start a small little rocking motion. Eventually seeing if you can roll up and balance for a second. Take your time with this. Try not to use momentum, but kicking your leg out. The fact that the book is there will probably help some of you. It redistributes your weight below the waist. And then next time you come up, let's stay up. Put the book on the ground and let's sit up on that for a second. Legs are gonna go wide. Good. Pull those glutes out from under you so you're sitting really tall on that book. Grab the backs of the legs and give yourself a nice hinge forward. And then from that hinge, go ahead, slide your hands forward, and you get to actually drop your head for a moment. When we use that book over our heads, sometimes your neck gets a little extra tension to it. Good. Sit it up nice and tall. Good. All right. We're going to finish off one more quad set. You may have known this was coming. Bring that left leg, right leg in, nice and close. Flex through your right heel. Keep yourself, we're up on this book, so that's going to be an advantage for us. And lift that right leg off the ground. We're going to point and flex and point and flex. Try not to lean away from that left leg, right leg, sorry. The leg that's close to you. Good. Point the toe, lift 1 inch for 3, 2, and 1. Flex through the heel, lift an inch. Good. Point the toe, bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Flex through the heel, press, 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 and press. All right. Stay on the book. Stretch out that leg by just bringing that right quad, left quad. Sorry, I'm not mirroring you. So that the knee is behind the hip. And then notice if your hips roll, let's keep that top hip coming forward and then lean over on your right elbow. Beautiful. Sitting up nice and tall, let's bring that left leg in, right leg out in front of you. Maybe you need to reformat off those glutes. Point and flex, and then lift that leg and point and flex. Good. Keep the toes pointed, lift 1 inch. Lift an inch. Good. Flex through the heel and lift. Point the toes, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Flex the heel, press. Hold it there, point and flex. And relax. Felt like I shortchanged that. All right. Then that right leg is going to come back. Try and get that knee behind the hip. Lean over on your left elbow. Beautiful. All right. Now we'll slide off that book. But I still want you pretty high on those sit bones. Arm out in front, or excuse me, book out in front of you. As a matter of fact, let's do this. See if you can hold your book, this way between your hands. Bring your big toes to touch and your knees if possible. Now, I want the tiniest hinge back. And then I want you to rotate side to side with those straight arms, please. A couple more here. And come back to center. Hopefully you felt those in your obliques. And now we're going to put that book down at the bottom of your mat. You're going to come over onto your elbows and put your toes on that book. And I want you to slide down onto your forearms, straighten out those legs, and come into that plank. We're just going to hold this for now. Go through your checkpoints. Head is in line with your spine. Elbows and shoulders are same distance apart. Hands are apart. Ribs are pulled in. Back of the neck is long. Abs are in. Tailbone is slightly tucked. Quads are lifted. Heels are stretching. Good. Knees down. And if you'd like, you can just press back and sit on that book, or even put that book on your heels for a little extra space if you like. Beautiful. Let's come up and round through a cow, and then round through a cat. You can move a little forward and back with that. All right. And then we're going to leave that book in front of you, cross so that your right hip is on that book. And then rotate your left hip forward. Little baby pigeon here, half pigeon. And that should be stretching your outer right hip. Very modified here. Real pose would have my foot out there. You won't see me doing the real pose. Press it up. Switch your legs around so your left knee is going to come and your hip is going to sit on that book, and then we'll extend into it. You might even try rocking. A lot of times people shift onto the left hip and you really want your weight evenly distributed. So imagine that there's a book under your right hip at the same time. So instead of being rolled into your left hip, even your hips. And then we'll come up and all the way over onto our spine. Book is going to come behind that right leg. Give it a nice hug in and over to the right, and let that left leg drop open to the left. Straighten that right leg out, bring that book with it, flex through that heel, deeper stretch, point the toe, maybe some circles. And then bend that knee in as you straighten the left leg, flex through the heel, right knee in, flip the book, flex and point. Flex and point and circle, and then we're going to bring the book this time on the outside of that hip. As we press that knee over, first just feel that stretch here in that outer hip, and then you can go into that twist. With the book on top of the leg if that feels good. Good. As you come back through center, put your right foot on the ground and tuck your left knee up behind it. So no gap. Book comes onto your left shin and pull that in, tailbone curls up, let the tailbone move away. Tailbone up, let it move away. And then book can be in your right hand if you want, or it can go on the outside of that right hip again as you open your knees to the left big twist. Or, as I said, you can have that book pressing that hip down. Straighten out your left leg. Drape your right ankle over it, passive figure 4, and then right leg beside the left. Oh, I feel better on one side than the other. Bend both knees for me, please. Foot behind your left hamstring. Hug it up and over. Move it to the left. Right leg drops open. Left leg straightens. Really flex through that heel. And point, and flex, and rotate. Bend that knee as you straighten the right leg. Bring that knee in, and then again, we'll flip the book so we can straighten that leg, flex, and point. Give me some rotations. And then we'll bend the knee, but we're going to put the book on the outside of that leg as we bring it across the body. Deeper stretch. And then into that twist if you like. Bring it back through center, tuck the right leg behind it. And then book goes on that shin. Then options as your knees drop to the right. Put your book under the left palm or on top of the right or left hip. Straighten the right leg and let the left ankle drape. Passive figure 4, and then straighten. Arms up overhead. You're going to choose how you want to come to your cat-cow position. You can roll up, you can roll over. Meet me on all fours, please. And we're going to do that undulating cat-cow. So forward in your cow and rounding back in your cat. Good. Now we'll come up in down dog. Press one heel down at a time. Come it out. Get a nice stretch in those Achilles tendons and those calf muscles. Then a nice wide stance. Walk it back. Hug your hip, yes, and shake it though. Bend your knees. Good. Round into your cat and open up into your cow. Big deep breath in. Thank you, guys. Such a good girl.